Hello, and welcome to today's episode of our news roundup. We're diving deep into the most fascinating stories shaking up the tech world. From gadgets aimed at tackling our smartphone obsession to defense tech developments in Lithuania, we've got a packed show. We'll unravel the complexities of cloud computing in the UK, delve into Meta's game-changing storage breakthroughs, and examine Axiom Space and Red Hat's foray into orbit with edge computing. We're also breaking down Apple's XNU kernel rearrangement, peering into the tensions between Microsoft and OpenAI, and exploring the cost implications of running Windows Server on AWS. And don't miss our coverage on Broadcom's success in the VMware space. Let's get started. It appears that smartphone addiction has become a notable issue, and innovative solutions are emerging to address it. Interesting devices like Unplug, which uses an NFC-enabled fob to block or unlock apps, are leading the way. Similarly, e-paper technology in devices like the Books Palma 2 and Daylight DC1 is providing a more focused, distraction-free environment. And for those seeking essential communication without the overwhelm, the TT Phone Titan TT950 offers basic functionalities. These innovations seem to encourage a more mindful approach to screen time. Lithuania is making significant strides in defense technology, driven by its historical security concerns. With 5 to 6% of its GDP now being funneled into military spending, the country is showing a commitment to both national security and economic growth. Co-Invest Capital, under Victoria Trimble's leadership, has played a notable role, investing €6.8 million in aerospace and defense startups. This strategy could inspire other nations, especially in light of regional tensions like the conflict in Ukraine. In the latest developments, the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, is facing criticism from smaller cloud providers over their approach to committed spend agreements, CSAs. These agreements, popular among industry giants like Amazon Web Services and Microsoft, mandate a minimum spending commitment in exchange for discounts. Critics argue that this approach limits competition by sidelining smaller players unable to offer such deals. The CMA has primarily focused on issues like egress fees, technical barriers, and Microsoft's licensing practices. However, their provisional report indicates that CSAs do not appear to impair competition. Smaller providers, however, vehemently disagree, arguing that these practices give larger companies an unfair edge in securing both public and private sector contracts. On the other hand, AWS, Microsoft, and Google defend the use of CSAs, claiming that they offer cost efficiencies that benefit startups. As the CMA continues to deliberate, the cloud market remains a contested space, with significant impacts on pricing and competition in the tech sector on the line. Apple has revealed a new security feature called Exclaves in its XNU kernel, which powers iOS and macOS. Introduced in 2023 and now featured in iOS 17, Exclaves isolate specific domains away from the kernel. This separation ensures that even if the kernel is compromised, essential functions remain secure. This signals a shift towards a microkernel architecture, differing from Apple's usual monolithic approach. This enhancement underscores Apple's commitment to security, especially essential as on-device AI tasks become more common and could increase vulnerabilities. In a groundbreaking development in space technology, Axiom Space, in partnership with Red Hat, is preparing to send a state-of-the-art data processing prototype named XDCU-1 to the International Space Station. This compact shoebox-sized unit will feature Red Hat Device Edge software and will explore the boundaries of creating an orbital data center. Set to examine cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity while orbiting Earth, XDCU-1 breaks from tradition by balancing the capabilities of supercomputers and smaller devices like Raspberry Pi. This intermediate processing power is vital in space exploration, especially due to limited connectivity with Earth, enhancing real-time decision-making. Tony James of Red Hat emphasized the significance of processing data off-planet. With a projected launch in spring 2025, AX-DCU-1 is set to transform on-orbit data processing, assuming no delays. Stay tuned for more on this pioneering journey. In recent tech developments, generative AI integration is deeply impacting businesses. The Nutanix Enterprise Cloud Index reveals that nearly 90% of enterprises are now incorporating AI. This trend pushes IT departments towards scalable solutions such as containerization. On March 12, 2025, Nutanix experts will host a significant webinar focusing on cloud-native advancements for AI deployment. It will cover the role of technologies like containerization in accelerating AI implementations. The session will highlight pivotal products such as enterprise AI and cloud clusters, and the Nutanix Kubernetes platform will also be showcased. This event is a must-attend for any organization aiming to modernize their AI strategies, with Nutanix leading the way in AI scalability. In a notable turn of events, the long-standing partnership between Microsoft and OpenAI appears to be facing turbulence. Despite significant investments in OpenAI, Microsoft is exploring alternatives for its AI tool, Copilot, including models from Elon Musk's xAI, Meta, and DeepSeek. This shift comes amid rising concerns over the cost and performance of OpenAI's models, alongside frustrations with OpenAI's reluctance to share documentation on its latest model. In response, Microsoft's development of its own reasoning model, MAI, marks a step towards autonomy in the AI landscape. With OpenAI shifting towards a for-profit model, this evolving dynamic suggests changing ambitions and a strategic push by Microsoft to secure a leading role. This remains a developing story, so stay tuned for further updates. In an innovative move to address the challenges posed by soaring volumes of data, Meta, the company behind Facebook, is leading the way in utilizing quad-level cell (QLC) SSDs as a new storage option in their data centers. This approach aims to balance the extensive storage capabilities of traditional hard drives with the superior performance, albeit higher cost, of triple-level cell (TLC) SSDs. So why QLC SSDs? Although they provide substantial storage capacity, they typically trail behind in terms of speed and durability. Nevertheless, Meta sees these drives as fitting for workloads requiring moderate performance. Together, with partners such as Pure Storage, Meta is evolving its storage software to leverage QLC's advantages. The aim? To boost byte density and energy efficiency, potentially outpacing the capabilities of current TLC-based servers. Success could result in significant energy savings and efficiency gains, reshaping how data centers manage the ever-increasing data demands of the digital age. Keep an eye out as this story evolves. In a recent development in the cloud computing sector, Microsoft is facing criticism regarding its cloud licensing practices. It's reported that running Windows Server on non-Microsoft clouds, such as AWS and Google Cloud, could be up to 4 times more expensive. AWS and Google have taken issue with this and approached the UK's Competition and Markets Authority, or CMA, suggesting that Microsoft's pricing strategy hinders fair competition. While Microsoft defends its pricing as a standard competitive strategy and cites intellectual property rights, the CMA is considering regulatory actions, with a decision expected later this year. Stay tuned for updates. In a significant development, Broadcom has reported a stellar financial performance following its acquisition of VMware. For the first fiscal quarter of 2025, the company's revenue soared to $14.92 billion, marking a 25% increase from the previous year. This success is primarily attributed to an overwhelming 70% of its largest 10,000 VMware customers opting for the VMware Cloud Foundation bundle instead of standalone products. This shift has notably strengthened Broadcom's financial position, with net income skyrocketing by 315% to reach $5.5 billion. Broadcom's semiconductor division has also performed exceptionally well, generating $8.2 billion, driven by a 77% increase in demand for AI-related products, particularly from hyperscalers seeking custom AI accelerators. CEO Hock Tan has hinted at further innovations in the pipeline aimed at enhancing computational capabilities. Despite some market fluctuations, the recent earnings report has been well received, putting to rest any rumors of imminent acquisitions. Thank you for tuning in to today's News Roundup, where we've explored a myriad of stories shaping the ever-evolving tech landscape. From groundbreaking gadgets aimed at curbing our smartphone habits to Lithuania's innovative defense tech advancements, it's evident that technology is progressing in fascinating directions. We've also examined the trials faced by smaller players in the UK cloud market